Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that has extended its gains again today. So it had, but now it has sunk back into the red. I had a whole speech going on here about another trading session coming through with the JSE making more gains. But of course, even those gains that we had seen earlier on had been around 0.1%. So of course, really no surprise that also it has displayed the sentiment as it was greeted by a mixed picture from the Asian markets. So we do have the all share there declining by almost 0.1%. We do have the financial 15 there carrying most of those losses, declining almost 1.5%. The resources 10 complex are losing almost 0.6%, but the industrial 25 backing that overall trend there with a gain of more than 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the U.S. markets, and on that front, those markets are green, even though we did have April's producer inflation coming out of the U.S., coming out surprising to the upside, of course, with growth there that was more than what markets had anticipated. Of course, now investors will shift their eyes to the April consumer inflation print that is coming out tomorrow. Sea of green over there, S&P 500 up more than 0.8%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq advancing more than 0.4%, and a slight uptick in the Dow of 0.04%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic. A mixed picture over there, but largely green. We do have the DAX being the only bourse in the red, declining almost 0.1%. The CAC 40, though, advancing 0.25%, and the FTSE 100 up by almost a similar margin. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of weakness coming through to the rand, although remaining steady. Of course, yesterday we had seen it at 18 rand 35, now standing at 18 rand 42 against the US dollar, against the pound at 23 rand 18, and against the euro at 19 rand 93. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.08, pound dollar at 1.25, and weakness coming through to the yen just below 157 against the US dollar.